So guys, you've seen and heard the new AMG GT. It's super dynamic, it's loud, it's in your face. It's got a stonking V8 engine, so much grip power and dynamics. It's just an almost perfect AMG for your daily needs. So you want one. But the question is, how do you go about speccing it? Because this car can look wildly different depending on the options that you choose for it. And that's what we're going to discover today as we check out a load of different specs on the AMG GT and see what we prefer at the end of it. We're going to start off first with a wonderful lineup of 4 cars that are actually wildly different in the base specs that you can get, and then go to one that is very special, one of the best colors that they do, a brand new color called Hyper Blue Magna that I want to show you. So let's go together and spec the AMG GT. My friends, do you care about your balls? I care about your balls, which is why Manscaped have once again sponsored this episode, and no one cares about balls as much as they do, apparently up to 9 million men. And they're back now with a huge update to their most popular package, the performance package. This is the 5.0 Ultra. This is the brand new lawnmower 5.0 Ultra electric trimmer, and this has been redesigned compared to the last one. Now we've got a brand new trimming head with wider and rounder teeth, and of course it has the usual skin-safe technology that will help get rid of the majority of the hair. But the story doesn't end there. They've got a new head you can put on, which is the foil shaving head, and this helps cut out the finest hair to get the most sleek and bare look possible. The Foil Blade 2 features skin-safe technology, and the great thing is they're so easy to interchange. You just pop one off and pop the other on. It literally takes seconds. The other great thing is now you get a new LED light where you can change the temperature of the light, which helps highlight different types of skin tones, which is really thoughtful of them. And if you're not used to Manscaped like a lot of us are, you'll love features like the USB-C charging port instead of another silly wire. You've got the battery indicator and the fact that this thing is waterproof as well. And I couldn't believe that they're actually throwing in their amazing weed whacker in this as well, which is their nose and ear trimmer, again with skin-safe technology. And if that wasn't enough, they're even giving the crop preserver and the crop soother. You also get 2 free gifts. One is their boxer shorts, and the best gift is the upgraded travel bag, the Shed 2.0, where you can fit all of this in. So guys, amazing value and all your grooming needs taken care of in this package. Of course, as an RBR viewer, you get a discount. 20% off if you use the code RBR at manscaped.com. Free international shipping and those gifts that I detail. So remember, it's code RBR on manscaped.com for 20% off. Huge thanks to Manscaped and to you guys for supporting our regular sponsors. Right guys, so we've driven it, we love it, we decided that we want one, but the next question is, how do you actually spec this car? And luckily I have got a selection of 4 completely different cars here, and completely different in a lot of ways in terms of how you can configure the GT, and I want to show you each one so you as a potential buyer, either now or in the future, you get a good idea of how you can customize it, because it's actually very customizable. I'm going to actually start with the weirdest one here, which is the one at the end, which is our Magno Spectral Blue car. Now you would assume that this car is completely comfort spec, right? You've got the chrome, you've got the Magno Blue, inside we've got saddle brown, but it's got actually quite a surprise in here, and it actually shows you really well just how customizable the new GT is. So if we head inside, so we've got our nice brown interior, comfort seats, but if you look behind that, it's actually the 2-seat option. So you can go for your comfort seats, should you want them, and go for the 2-seat option instead of the 4. You still got your classy looks, you don't really care about the rear bench, but you kind of get the best of both worlds, and that is really cool. This interior is quite lovely, as you can see. Lots of customization available in the GT, and they're only going to increase that with the manufacturer program as well. And you can see on this one we've got the chrome, you've got the Aero wheels in silver as well, which look amazing. You've got the chrome around our lovely tick here, chrome at the bottom. Around the rear you've got, again, chrome on the lovely exhaust tips as well. It looks good. It's a really classy spec, but 2-seat GT. And what I love about the non-aero version, it very much gives me vibes of GTS,
but with some of that GT black flavour. So it just feels more supercar than the standard GT ever did. So that's a really weird one. A bit of comfort, a bit of sportiness. This one's really special. We'll come back to this one in a minute, so wait for that. This is a much more classy spec, like we saw with the launch car. So we've got high-tech silver, standard steel brakes with yellow calipers, all night packaged out. So you've got your black surrounds, your black exhaust pipes, dark chrome on your lettering here as well, the lovely wheels, and then inside a really stunning dark brown interior with exclusive stitch. And of course this one, the more practical one, so you've got the use of your rear bench as well. So this one's kind of more traditional Mercedes-Benz coupe, kind of a bit of SLS, a bit of 300 SL, and that's really classy. That really reminds you of kind of standard AMG GTS, but you can see the muscle that I'm talking about even in the silver. It's got it, right? Now we come to the really interesting, the really special one. This has got aerodynamic package and we've got the 2 seats. Now Aero, we showed you in the launch car as well. You get the additional flick on the front here. You get another flick on the side here to kind of accentuate, make it a bit more GT Black series, because the GT Black has that element as well. The real party trick of the Aero pack is on the rear, where we've got the lovely carbon fiber fixed spoiler on this. You can do the non-carbon option as well, I believe, and this is set at the most optimum position for aerodynamics in terms of downforce. It's kind of got a bit of that GTR vibe to it. Not only that, but with Aero pack you get an additional kind of this lower element on the diffuser, again kind of accentuating that even more. And what's cool is then, like our blue car, when you hop in, you have once again got the 2-seat option, which I think for this spec really makes sense. You've got the aerodynamic package, 2 seats, really sporty looking GT, not unlike getting a 911 with lightweight package, for example. So that really makes sense. And then that's different to our other red car, which has got all the same type of spec, but it's more practical. Here we've got no aerodynamic package, so you've got the active rear spoiler, obviously none of those flicks. It all looks a bit more classy, and the exact same interior, but with a more practical rear bench, which I would always recommend, because why not just have the seats even if you're not going to use them like that? I don't get it. Maybe to save a bit of weight, but this is the more practical AMG GT, right? So there you go, guys. 4 really different specs. Comfort with 2 seats, Aero with 2 seats, classy Mercedes silver, and a more practical version of that red car. But there's even more you can do. I want to show you a really special one, which I think might be the best spec for the new AMG GT, and it's called Hyper Blue. We're going to jump in the car and go and take a look at that one right now. It's hard to resist giving the new GT a good rev after you've parked. Now inside here, we are at a villa that AMG has hired out for the press trip. And in there's a really, really special car because it's got a new colour that's launching in the new GT. So I can't wait to show you that. But before we do that, I realised that we didn't go over this car, which is actually quite a nice car. It's probably our favourite of the trip, and it's why we chose it for the main drive. If you haven't seen that video, there's a link in the description below. Let's have a quick look at this, because this really marries a sporty look really well with a more practical looking car. I think that's really nice. It's nice that we actually have caliper options in terms of colour now as well, which is something I didn't mention earlier. So if you look now, you can actually get the steel brakes with black calipers, and that's something that started in the GT Black series, in fact. So no, I'm wrong, the GTR Pro it started in, and it continued in the GT Black. And that's nice. On a spec like this, instead of having like silly red calipers or yellow, you've now got the option of black, which is nice. Obviously we've got the night package, we've got carbon on here, so you've got it on your wing mirrors, you've got it on your side sills, you've got it on the front splitter as well. But generally that whole look, red, night package, the awesome Y-spoke wheels, it's like properly nice. And then inside, like I said, mixing the two worlds of practicality and sportiness. You've got the AMG Performance bucket seats, but unlike the Aero car we saw, we've got the 2 seats in the back, which if I jump in, it's going to be too small for me, but for my kids it would be okay, right? Which is what this is kind of all about, right? Then we've got our spectral blue. This is very similar to the one that we saw stood with our other 4 cars. However, a few significant differences. So we still have the chrome package with the nice chrome trims here. We've got the Aero wheels in silver, black calipers, all of that looking nice. The silver pipes actually look fantastic. And you do get the classic Mercedes chrome badges, which is all nice. But this, instead of having a solid roof, we've got the panoramic roof. Have a look at this. So that's a nice pan roof, a bit more airiness, just in case your kids are sitting in the back as well. So again, a nice option for a more classy car. And speaking of classy, that's a nice interior in there. Same as the shade that we saw in the other blue car. And that's a nice combination that works really well, particularly with these comfort seats. But this car has one other trick and one other really important option that you can get in the AMG GT. And I'm going to show you that. And for that, you're going to wait there. And that really important option is the vehicle lift system. So you guys wait there and I'm going to turn it on now. So as you can see, you get a pretty significant 30mm lift, which is great because historically GT and SLS have always struggled a little bit on a few bumps here and there. So that's a nice little feature to have. And if you can get it on your car, I would definitely recommend that. But yeah, now let's go inside and let's check out this really special color that they've launched in the new GT. Come in guys, welcome, welcome. A couple of legends to greet us here, same DNA as our new GT. This is actually the SLS AMG GT. So it's very rare, one of the last editions that they did, and it improved the speed of the gearbox, and it's just the perfect final SLS that they did. And of course, the original GT, which I absolutely love. As you guys know, I've had like, I don't know, I've had more of these than I've had hot dinners, because and this one in particular, the pre-facelift original GTS, talk about bang for buck. If you want an AMG that's going to put a smile on your face, use market, get one of these. You will thank me. This will probably be written on my gravestone, I think. Speaking of which, look at that. This is the brand new RBR exhaust on or else t-shirt. Shameless plug for what is actually an awesome product. This is nothing about, it's not about me, it's not about the channel. It's about your passion for these type of cars. No, don't look there yet, it's a secret. But this is available now, so do check it out, links are down below. And in fact, we even got a nice hoodie, which Jamie's sporting there. It's really, really lovely. Right, speaking of so AMG, look at this. You guys are gonna love this spec. Oh, look at that. This is Magno Hyper Blue, brand new color. They obviously started the normal Hyper Blue in the SL, but for the GT, they've taken it to proper AMG territory, which is the lovely satin Magno finish. And it looks, I think personally, this is perfect. But this paired with the interior that they put on this particular car has just like, it's destroyed everything. Before I show you that, come around the front and let's have a look at what this looks like. And this new color, Aero package, yellow calipers even looking okay. Probably with the carbon ceramics it would look better, I think. Yeah, definitely. But that is just amazing, amazing color. I know a lot of people probably won't order it because you'll be a little bit jittery, but if I was getting one, which I might do one day, then this would be the color. This has to be the color. And then this interior. Oh, I've shown you some interiors today, but does this or does this not take the cake? It looks like white chocolate. Like I'm ready to eat this. Oh, it's beautiful. And it matches the Magno Hyper Blue perfectly. It matches the carbon perfectly. In fact, here we've got the carbon steering wheel as well. Look at that, that is beautiful. And how well it matches with, I believe this is platinum white as the interior. I'm hopefully right, you can hopefully quote me on that. But that is gorgeous. Carbon fiber inside, carbon fiber steering wheel. And of course, this has the option that makes sense to me, which is the 4-seat option. Even the rear seats trimmed so nicely. This is the nicest interior I've seen in any GT or SL. I absolutely love that. I don't eat interiors often, but this one, absolutely, absolutely. To me, this is perfect, but we've seen a lot today, a lot that could really work on the GT, and it shows you actually just how customizable this car is. And in fact, AMG are starting a program. Hopefully, they started on the SL, it's called Manufacture, and you can get unique interiors, unique paint shades, not dissimilar to PTS with Porsche. And I'm fairly certain that they're going to be starting that on GT as well. I think I have proof of this too, because I was playing around in the configurator earlier, as you do, and I managed to glitch it to show Magno Green Hell from the GTR. No idea how I did it, but it actually looks pretty good on this car. And then check out the amazing new gold wheels that sadly they haven't been able to show us here, but that could be another really cool option in the future as well. And that'll give you a whole host of other options on top of these. So guys, that's pretty much all the main options that you can get in the brand new AMG GT. As you can see, very configurable. You've got a high individualization possible in this car, which is great because obviously you're spending a lot of money. You want to make it your own. I'm impressed. This is my favorite. I'd love to know what's yours. If you guys have enjoyed this episode of RBR, as always, please do like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.